Good morning, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are at 44 minutes past 8 a.m. and we are having our second lounge. And you're going to love this one because not only are you going to learn, you are going to learn new things that you probably didn't know, because we are having a conversation around International Day of the Street Child, which is happening tomorrow. Yes, so we are just in time. This is the perfect time for this conversation, and I have a gentleman with me on set who is ready to disseminate and disintegrate that conversation with me this morning. So I am excited to have you. Good morning.
Good morning.
How is your Monday morning?
My Monday morning is okay. Always looking forward to Mondays.
Yes.
Because it gives the energy to work through the week.
Yes, amazing. I like that. I'm getting people today who love Mondays as much as I do, and I really appreciate that. Yes. Please introduce yourself, tell us your name, and after we will jump right into the conversation.
My name is Benedict Oduor. I'm an advocate of the High Court of Kenya.
Yes.
And Latewa legal youth practitioner.
Yes.
So Latewa Arts CBO was formed in 2020.
Yes.
And registered the same year. So Latewa Arts CBO is a youth-led organization that focuses on community-based intervention mechanisms to highlight the plight of street children. Through different activities like environment conservation. We have social justice initiatives, sanitary pad drives, among other many activities that we undertake.
Yes.
So for this special day, which is tomorrow, it marks the International Day of the Street Child, and it's a worldwide affair.
Yes.
The venue of the celebration shall be Mary Immaculate Rehabilitation Center, which is in South B, directly opposite the Mater Hospital.
Yes.
So that shall be our venue for tomorrow.
Amazing. Yes. Not to worry, we are going to be repeating those details a couple of times in the course of the interview, so stick around, okay?
Yes,
I want us to jump back a little bit and ask you the inspiration behind starting Latewa. You know, what is it that gave you that push, to think, I just don't want to be an advocate of the High Court. I mean, you could be doing a gazillion things in this country.
True.
So what inspired you? What was the push to start Latewa?
So Latewa Arts Community-Based Organization, it's located along Shimo Latewa Road, which is within Nairobi South B Ward.
Yes.
So the name Latewa comes from the word Shimo Latewa Road.
Yes. Okay.
So we all realize that South B is in Starehe constituency, which is a highly industrialized constituency. So with this industrialization comes a number of environmental factors, pollution, the major cases that face the big urban centers in Kenya.
Yes.
So we have environmental pollution, we have crime, we have drug and substance abuse. We also have incidences of broken families, which have led to gender-based violence.
Yes.
So along South B area, these are some of the challenges that have mushroomed due to the high industrialization levels.
Exactly.
So we understand that with high industrialization comes a lot of disparity in terms of economic and social empowerment.
Yes, true.
So Latewa Arts CBO was formed to come mitigate some of these societal challenges. So we do that through a raft of activities, environmental conservation and waste management.
Yes.
But we do it from an access to justice lens. So what inspired me to get into the social world is because in school we are normally taught that law is a social science.
Yes.
Law is a tool for social engineering.
Yes.
And we all understand that engineering was formed to, ease the day-to-day activities of mankind.
Exactly.
So in regards to law, which is a social science, it is an area that can be used to achieve social progress.
Yes.
So having that legal background, I saw that it's better to use this degree to solve an existing challenges.
Exactly.
Because when people hear about lawyers, they just think about going to court.
Exactly. Showing up in a suit.
Showing up in a suit every day.
Yes.
Going to court.
Yes.
But there's actually more that comes with the law degree.
Exactly.
Because as lawyers, we are custodians of the society.
Yes.
Hence my need to get into social justice.
Exactly.
Yes.
I love that. Like I was telling you before we started the interview, I like that your legal background has made you sort these issues from a policy kind of point.
Exactly.
Because other other interviews that I have had here with people dealing with environment, you'll hear they have initiatives like going to clean the streets, and but then what happens? You clean it, then after 3 months we are back to where we started. So how important is policy making, you know, from people like you with a legal background? Do you feel it reaches further, or it solves the situation a bit more permanently, rather than just, you know, collecting the leaves, like sorting the leaves of the situation and not really the roots of it?
So when people hear about street children, the narrative has been lessened down to more about, you know, giving charity and donation. I'm not saying that is bad, but from a long-term perspective, we need to look at policy formulation, because with policy formulation and having concrete legal frameworks that govern the society, we have a clearer pathway towards doing things. So policy formulation will come. We realize that these street children, they don't have access to even basic commodities. Things like education, healthcare, reasonable housing. So our constitution has been declared as one of the most progressive constitutions, not only in Africa, but in the world. Because with the constitution comes Article 56. So Article 56 of our constitution talks about the marginalized and special groups in Kenya. So it expounds that the marginalized and special groups in Kenya needs to be given a seat at the decision-making table in terms of affairs of governance, employment opportunities, education. So why can't we have specific legislations also for street children that, you know, that encapsulate the whole broader aspect of how they are protected by our constitution?
So in short, our constitution has the room to actually make policies regarding these things. So is it out of lack of knowledge, or we don't have enough lawyers like yourself? Because I feel like if there is street children has been an issue, not them, but the entire situation has been an issue for the longest time.
For a very long time. So the street children menace is not only a problem in Kenya. It is a global pandemic, because even in developed countries like the United States, specifically state of California, we have a very big problem with homelessness and street children. But now, you know, borrowing a leaf from them, they have come up with national policies to guide and, you know, to make sure that even those people living in the street, they call them street-connected children and families. So with them, they have policies that make sure that such people have access to basic essential services. But you find that in Kenya, there's been a very big disconnect between, you know, we have Latewa approaches what we call a multisectoral approach in mitigating this problem. So through a multisectoral approach, we invite recommendations from, you know, we have the media, because the media plays a big role in this, especially in the access to information aspect and creation of awareness of the plight of these street children. We have tertiary institutions. We are also working with Strathmore Law School, National Students Caucus. We have the medical field, hospitals. We have other non-state actors and MDAs, the ministries, department, and agencies of government. So through this multisectoral approach, everyone has a role to play in the mitigation of this menace.
So this one brings like everyone, whether it is in the media, whether it is in hospital, whether it is in housing, everyone has a specific role to play towards a similar goal. Okay, I like that. What do you feel that say the media, because this is where we are doing this interview, is playing a role towards, you know, towards helping the plight of street children, but specifically the media, what else do you feel we can be able to do?
So as the media, our constitution recognizes access to justice under Article 48. And there's also access to information under Article 35. So the media bridges the gap between the access to information aspect and access to justice. We cannot have access to justice without people having access to information.
Because they do not know what to do.
They do not know what to do. So the media plays a very vital role, especially in disseminating educative content to highlight this plight. So this can be through either radio, we have TV, like KUTV is doing right now.
Yes.
A very big thank you to you guys.
Most welcome.
We have the audiovisual sources and the print media. So mostly on highlighting and the dissemination of educative content on this specific issue. The media plays a very big role in that. And also bridging the gap between access to information and access to justice. That can be through, you know, getting to the informal settlements, getting to the dingy places where some of these street-connected children sleep, and just highlighting the plight to the whole world.
Exactly. So that they may, if they say information is power. Exactly. Then in that same informing people, you may get people who are even interested, but they do not know how to help exactly. Or even getting information to policy makers like yourself. Now you know. Now you know this is what is happening, and you're like, what policy can we make? I may not have the know-how or the knowledge of policy making, but if I give you information, you know what to do with that information. I love that. I want us to jump back to tomorrow, to International Day of the Street Child. What is the theme for tomorrow's celebration, or rather commemoration? So
the theme for tomorrow is stories from the street, building trust, building futures. So we find that there's been a lot of suspicion with street kids. They have been criminalized, they have been dehumanized, and they have been treated like they are not, you know, human beings. Exactly. And that has come with a raft of issues that they are facing when they're in the street. We have sexual exploitation, exploitative labor, they do not have access to reasonable health care. And our president recently launched the Big Four agenda. And one of his main areas of focal points was the universal healthcare coverage. So the universal healthcare coverage has to be in a manner that is inclusive and non-discriminatory, according to Article 27 of our Constitution. So the street children and the street connected families too deserve a place at the bargaining table. Exactly. Because who is taking care of them in the street? No one. No one is. Most of the time we see them, they are dejected, they have skin infections. Some of them also have HIV/AIDS because of sharing of the, you know, syringes when they are doing the drugs. And these are the leaders of tomorrow. So we also believe a national policy ought to be created deliberately to have them protected in our Constitution. So the day tomorrow, it's not just about charity and donations. Because that is what most people are doing. We are talking more about a long-term mitigation measure. A long-term solution. A long-term solution. And that comes through, you know, we've invited different stakeholders who are coming so that we have the conversation. Then through that we'll be able to draft legislative proposals. So under the legislative proposals we'll have recommendations on how we intend to go forward. And draft the legislative proposals, table them for deliberation in Parliament. So if it gets to go through, then we'll have them legislated into acts. And statutory standing orders. So who are some of these stakeholders who will be there? So we have Strathmore Law School will be present. We also have the Kenya National Blood Transfusion Service, because it's not only a celebration. We intend also to have a blood donation drive. Free medical checkup. We have Mater Hospital is coming. AAR Hospital is coming. We have your other players in the media, Kenya Institute of Mass Communication. They're also coming for coverage. National Students Caucus, which is the national student body in Kenya, who are more concerned with activism from the student aspect. And other children home within Nairobi County, because we also intend to establish exchange programs between these rehabilitation centers. True. I like that. I like that. I hadn't thought of that. I think that is very important for them to also see, one, that they are not alone. That exchange just gives you hope, you know, and then you go and collect the good things from here. You know, you collect good things and you exchange good ideas. The overseers of these specific centers can also get to learn a lot from each other. What will be the activities of the day? So activities will have tree planting, because as Latewa at CBO we believe that environmental conservation is a very critical aspect of the Sustainable Development Goals. And we also have an article that is dedicated fully to environmental conservation in our constitution, Article 42.
Yeah.
So we'll have tree planting, dancing, since most of the street kids are very talented.
Yes.
Dancing, acrobats, some of them are musicians, singing, they'll do skits.
Yes.
But all of these will be centered to highlight the challenges they are facing.
Exactly.
So if it's a play, it will have a pinch of
a theme of
the experience in the street of their diverse backgrounds. Yes.
I want you to invite people to come in that celebration as a stakeholder, as someone who can help, as a street child who wants to feel to be in an environment with people who can actually be able to provide solutions for them. I want to take this opportunity to invite them on that camera.
So the International Day of the Street Child will be celebrated tomorrow. It's a worldwide event. So Latewa Arts CBO, in collaboration with other stakeholders who have mentioned, Sharia Online.
Yes.
We have the National Students Caucus, Strathmore Law School, Kenya Institute of Mass Communication.
Yeah.
Even KUTV, because this is a platform you've given us to disseminate the information.
Yes.
So we invite everyone. The venue is Mary Immaculate Rehabilitation Center, which is in South B Ward, directly opposite the Mater Hospital.
Yes. So you get to the Mater Hospital, that's easier to locate.
It's easier to locate.
Opposite.
You are right at Mater Hospital, then directly opposite is a school called St. Catherine's Primary. So the rehabilitation center is housed inside that premises.
Yes.
So anyone willing to bring donations, feel free. We accept food and non-food items. Non-food items include books.
Yes.
Clothes. If you're also willing to donate refreshments and food for the day, you also feel free to reach out to us.
Yes.
Our social media pages are Latewa Arts CBO for both Facebook and Instagram. Then our Twitter page is latewaartscbo.com.
Yes.
Yes.
Amazing. Latewa Arts CBO is what I want you guys to take home.
Yes.
You can be able to reach out to them even past tomorrow. You can be able to reach out to them. If you can help in the policy making, if you can help financially, if you can provide food and non-food items, you will have played a role in the mitigation of this issue that is the street children. So I think they are going to be loving that. Thank you so much for gracing our studio. We are going to remind them. I'm going to remind them on the art calendar. We are going to remind them tomorrow morning. So we are going to make as much noise as we can to make a number of people who are not aware to be aware and actually come here. Okay. So guys, you're going to be sharing that poster. Keep it KUTV Kenya, keep it Art and Culture Monday. Richard Okenya is going to repeat that information tomorrow, just so we remind you, if you have a chance, if you're around South B, you can be able to actually get in there and attend and be an active participant of that day. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. That has been our second lounge. It's a wrap. We are at 9 a.m. We have just 1 hour to go and 2 guests remaining, so do not dare touch that dial.